Olusegun Okwabola had called me to talk about the protest and going beyond the protest, 2023, the youth, and what
we needed to do.
We need to do. So,
right. So like to be done.
Yeah, and he wanted us to do a video about it and maybe post it later. But I said it would be nice if we can do a live video, and then in our own little way we try to give out our own ideas and some of the things that I believe that I have seen in the politics right now in Nigeria. And this is one of them. I want to commend the young people who have come together to sort of create some certain programs to talk about what we should do beyond 2023 or even from now till 2023.
That's good.
Yesterday I was on the Zoom meeting where Faust the Bad Guy was there, Ebuka, Atedo Peterside, and some other panelists where they were talking about what they think the youth should do, and where Faust even mentioned about doing a program where he can be bringing, the knowledge of some of the valuable rights in our constitution to the people,
so that they will know,
their rights and just some of the basic rights. And I see people who were also suggesting that it should be done in different languages. And then other people talked about the people I love to call the disenfranchised youths. I don't want to call them hoodlum or thugs or miscreant. I love to use the word the disenfranchised youth because they are disenfranchised because they are not educated enough to understand that they are a product of the bad society.
That's one.
It's something to be educated. It's something to be literate. You can be educated and you are not literate. Yes, I say that all the time. You can be educated and you are not literate. And the reason why I say that is this. Sometimes let me use an incident that happened one day. I was driving and a keke marwa was taking one way, and then a naval officer was trying to tell him to leave the road, and a lady who was in the keke was telling the naval officer that the naval officer should allow him get back into the lane. Meanwhile, he's already causing serious traffic, and the naval officer insisted that he should clear off the road.
Can you imagine?
And I came down, I supported the naval officer, and the lady was like, "We're all educated. They should just allow him to." And I said, if this is what you call education, if this is what it means to be learning, then you should be ashamed of your literacy. You understand me? Because if you're truly educated, you're truly literate, you should know that you should caution this man not to take one way.
Doing the wrong thing.
You should be able to speak up while you are in that keke to tell him that taking one way is wrong. But you refuse to do that. That shows that you are just educated but you are not literate. You understand me? Now, talking about the 2023 beyond 2023 and the youth. Now, these are some of the things that we need to know. A lot of the programs that I see right now are treating the surface of the problem. And I think the deepest part of the program of the youth in terms of governance is in the grassroots.
So how do we do that?
Now, first, you need to know that the surface of this problem is where we should be making demand for electoral reform. Trust me, if the electoral reform bill is signed into law and then there is the older generation by 60% in the battle, we would have conquered the older generation by 60% if there is electronic voting. Now, the remaining 40% are based on two things: reach and money. Reach and money. Our reach in terms of the number of works that we have in Nigeria. Don't forget that some of these works are in the interiors of villages.
That is the grassroots.
The grassroots. They are in the interiors of villages, places that voting can get to, but development don't get to. Now, how do we convince these people that beyond voting, bringing polling booths here, we are going to get development to them? Now, don't forget, if we decide to flaunt a youth party for 2023, like I'm saying, these are my ideas. Personal ideas. It is not final.
Just sharing your view.
It's just what I have seen in the politics of Nigeria. Now, do you want to?
Okay. Yeah. You can move on. Right.
Now, talking about this, are my personal ideas.
Okay.
Like I said, this is not final. It is subject to argument, to counter ideas, and even better ideas. Now, talking about reach, all these words, how many words do we have in Nigeria? How many young people do we have in these words
that are going to be representing the youth?
That are going to be representing the youth, that are knowledgeable enough to represent the youth, that are ready to stake their necks out for the youth. Now, that is a huge problem that I see that will affect the youth party.
So is it because that the APC party, the PDP party, they have the structure on ground?
Because they already have the structure at all these wards. You understand? Now, for the young people, we have to start thinking of how to create our own structure in each of these wards. And don't forget, this is going to cost money. Whether we like it or not, it is going to cost money.
Commitment.
Serious commitment.
Discipline.
A lot of volunteers that will look beyond money. Don't forget, when you get to some of these polling units and you have your people who are monitoring election at their polling unit, you have these people who are representing you at your polling unit. The people from the other party, from the mega parties we have in Nigeria right now, can come and even give your own representative money and they will look away.
And those kind of youth, we don't want them.
And so we need youth that will look beyond money and look at the future of a better Nigeria. Do you know? Now, I talked about electronic voting. That if it is properly structured and implemented, we would have conquered 60% of the problem that we have. And then I'm talking about our reach now. Now, if we decide to infiltrate all these mega parties, the APC, the PDP, a man who is the world leader in probably your local government is probably an old man who is a farmer that has no knowledge about modern technology, who they just call world chairman because he's probably the oldest person from that locality that says he's APC card carrying member or PDP card carrying member,
and he has little influence on other people.
You know, how do you convince such man who has lived all his life as a subsistence farmer, that has no understanding of what it means to have a mechanized farming, that the youth want to bring technology and several things to develop Nigeria,
when the man did not have the basic knowledge, full understanding?
How do you have representative in all of these wards?
Makes sense.
We are talking of thousands and thousands of wards.
So are we saying that our youth, they really need to focus? If we are forming a party, we must have a better structure.
As in, see, it's a battle to get the structure in every place.
Because after all this noise and noise
there is work to be done.
Like Victor, he was saying something like Ishebere, hashtag Ishebere.
You understand?
That kind of a thing.
There is work, serious work to be done.
Okay.
Now, aside from the rich now, let's talk about the disenfranchised.
People at the grassroots.
These are people that these people use to stamp ballot paper. These are people that these people use, you know, to scatter
Elections.
polling units.
Polling units.
We have to start thinking of how to educate them, to reach out to them and bring them to our fold.
Àjẹpọ̀mọ̀ wípé adìyẹ ló ń fún yín, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ dídí èèyàn lọ́wọ́ yín.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is serious work, because a man who has lived 30 years of his life in the basic understanding of something might not be able to get out in 30 minutes.
That's true. That's true. Okay. That's true. That's true.
Do you understand? So there is serious work to be done. This is even still under reach now, because we need to reach out to these people. We need to build structure also in every local government, every polling unit in the nation.
So, but honestly, Shad, what we needed to do now is that every youth that are outside there listening to us, listening to this our conversation, needs to understand that it's not just only the protest, it's not only the shouting. Now we need to be committed, we need to be disciplined, we need to be focused, and we need to know exactly what we want to do.
Now, the last one, like I said, rich. I talked about electronic voting.
Okay.
I talked about rich, and I talked about money.
Okay.
Do you know that in Nigeria, to campaign and influence people to become the president of Nigeria will cost you nothing less than $1 billion US. To go for House of Representatives will cost you nothing less than $2 billion.
Wow.
Federal House of Representatives.
Wow.
$2 million US, almost $1 billion naira.
Wow.
Now, people will say, how did he know this one? Why is he talking like this? That is what I'm saying, because sometimes when you make some certain statements, the people who are just seeing things on social media just think that is where they think they only see social media, they don't see beyond social media. You know, somebody just gave me
Tiger nuts. Like Tiger nuts.
Albert drink. This is Albert. Okay. So that's the Tiger nut.
Yeah, Tiger nuts.
You know, Tiger nuts. You know, their number is here. 07088295158. TNT Numas. Okay. 07088295158. So please copy that number. They can do home delivery. They want me to have a taste of the Tiger nut. We continue the discussion.
It's live. So we are just, we just needed to record this so that we guys can have a flow of what's going on.
Do you know that some people in the House of Representatives will be complaining that a senator goes on with 29 million monthly? And we talk about the bogus salary. But we don't really talk about the people in their wards and constituencies that these senators give money to money.
Okay.
I have done my own research. I know a commissioner. I met a commissioner. I was talking to the commissioner. The commissioner said, do you know that for the 4 years I was a commissioner, my salary every month, I have a salary account that somebody in my constituency has the card to that salary account, and it disburses that money monthly without me taking a penny from that money.
Who are they giving the money to?
The people in their local government.
So that means that some
the woman leader we collect, the youth leader we collect, The work person will come and collect.
The area
boys causing problem will come and collect. And that's how they disburse their salary. And then, in return to augment for those money, they start inflating contract to be able to get something back.
Someone on that game.
Dependent people who are dependent on them, on the money that they collect.
They are much.
And these are the people that we need to. These are somebody who knows that if somebody from his constituency goes for Federal House of Representatives, he will be getting maybe 50,000 monthly.
One can vote for youth.
Vote for youth.
Make you woman leader. Market
vote for youth, and the youth are going to be fighting to tell the government that we need to cut down on the expenses of governance.
Okay.
That we need to reduce the money we spend on governance. We 29 million, get salary was 10 million. But to get salary was 10 million. You to 50,000 here.
Nínú salary yẹn.
Nínú salary yẹn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé.
O lè rí ẹgbàá.
Ṣé mọ̀ pé 50,000 yẹn ti lọ.
Ó ti lọ. Owó òde ní gbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Owó òde gbàdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀. But how do we now educate them? Pé tó bá tiẹ̀ gé salary yẹn. Pé tó bá tiẹ̀ pé tó bá tiẹ̀ gé salary yẹn. How do we educate such a person that money will bring development to his place and he won't be dependent on another person to get
that salary again?
Do you understand what I'm saying? This thing I'm telling you, you know, people will say Chebi is just a comedian. But these are some research that I have done. If we tell people that we have gone to this grassroots, we have talked to people.
And now you are live. I
mean, you know, I grew up in Ebute Metta. I came to Ebute Metta. That's to tell you that some of us, we know certain things
that are going on right here.
And we are not shying away from the places that we have known all our life. You understand? But this knowledge needs to be passed on. And we do know for. To say, you just park the car like this. You just put it in drive. You just turn the car like this. You will come up like that. You will not start moving. If you just see that car, you just do like this. It is very easy to say, but there is serious work to be done.
So imagine that time in shine, you know. So honestly, what we are just saying is that we need to start the work now.
And do you know something? I need to state something.
Okay.
Sometimes Nigerians get carried away, the young people get carried away when these same people who are in government start making some statements that look like they are in support of the youth. I watched a video recently where El Rufai was talking somewhere and talking about the youth needs to get involved, that they will have to take it by force, that nobody will give it to them, forget the sense of entitlement. These same people are the people who are not allowing them to sign the electoral bill.
That's true.
Forget all those stuff, because when he wanted to start the talk, he said even if electoral bill can help, but you see the moment they put but with the budget, he's trying to condemn that process. But we know with electoral voting, who are the people who are going to monitor those machines? Are they not young people?
They are.
If they have the interest of the nation at heart, those young people, will they allow those systems to be hacked?
No way. No way. No way.
Do you understand? Which is why I said with electronic voting, we would have been able to conquer them 60%. Then we'll not talk about rich, and then we'll talk about money, fund to move. To become a local government chairman, you go to think of to have a minimum of 50 to 100 million. How many times have we see when even the youth get there is so much work to be done that we have to look at the constitution review. They need to review the constitution of Nigeria because it doesn't favor so many things. Local government needs their autonomy. Do you understand me? Local government needs their autonomy so that when they get local government, their allowances doesn't have to pass through state government. It comes straight to them. People are still using this system we are using, so that money comes straight from the federal government to the local government, so that we know how to hold those local government chairmen accountable. But in a state where the governor has refused to conduct local government election and he picked caretaker chairman in each of those local governments. And then they now bring 1 billion to go to the local government, and the governor throw 500 million to them. How will that local government chairman, who is the caretaker committee, how will he be able to come and say that he's not getting anything? 1 billion.
And despite we have some people depending on those money.
Come Jack become 500 million out of 1 billion. Do you understand? These are some of the problems, whether you like it or not. We need to talk about, we need to let people know that these are some of the problems. There's going to be a constitutional review in Nigeria, whether we like it or not. Now I see the same El-Rufai talking about restructure, that they must restructure Nigeria, and I laugh because this is the politics. In 2017, they were talking about restructuring Nigeria so that they could win election in 2019.
And now they want it.
Now they want it. They are there. They've kept quiet. Now the youth are protesting. He is back again talking about constitutional restructuring Nigeria because they know that 2023 is at stake for them. They want to use restructuring Nigeria. They will use it. Then when they get there again, they will forget about it. Close that chapter until they are ready for another election. These people are not working in your favor. They are all liars.
Then we need to talk to the youth that this APC and PDP, you even let them know.
Once you jump from this ship to the other, you become saints. As long as that one is in power. These people cannot be deceiving us now. It's the time I need Lati Jarawagba. We need to understand the politics. They will come and speak that one that will sweeten our ear to feel like it be like say this Rufai, it be like say he go really he's really talking we think about it.
But shy.
He is not talking in your favor, he's talking for his pocket.
But shy. Are you not seeing we are always focusing on the presidency? We have senators, we have House of Rep. This is
see, the truth is this, as long as there is no devolution of power, where the executive is controlling the judiciary and even the house, it becomes a problem.
So
Buhari, as it is, he has done within the 5 years he's been our president, he has done more than enough things that warrant him being impeached as president of this country.
Nobody is saying anything about that.
Yes, now because they are controlling. See, the moment we allow the executive to be buying cars for judges, to be buying cars for judges,
to be the one deciding the kind of car they are going to come out.
I think
definitely.
Is the judiciary no longer not in your favor already? Moramoto fún yín. Case ìwádìí ìwà sọ pé. Oh, you are the one that want to show that.
What's smart Javalo Abi?
I will get the other people, rally around the other people to vote you out, and we bring in another Supreme Court judge. So, who are you?
So it's an opportunity really talking to you. So let us tell the youth in just few minutes. We need to let them know. And all these meetings, our files and quote, how we need to get people more involved.
Yes, because see, right now the coronavirus has made it quite a little bit impossible to tell you. See, part of the reason why we are disenfranchised as young people, these same people, when they were campaigning for election in Edo, they had gathering. They were talking to people. But let a youth now come and call for gathering in a stadium that they want to lecture people about electoral reform, wants to talk to the disenfranchised, that they should stop allowing these politicians to use them and all those stuff. And then immediately they will tell you about NCDC guidelines.
But when they're having their own,
but when they are campaigning, there will not be problem.
No coronavirus.
Do you understand? Because they have the authority right now. So now it's about how do we start getting to the grassroots,
the main people.
How do we start getting to each and every one of us has to go back to our own local government and start talking
to them, encouraging them.
Yes, so that is why me as Seyilaw, I have said my 2020 will be dedicated to Ilaje local government.
Wow.
If I can talk to my own people, I have been doing a program on Ilaje before that I stopped for a while now. I think I have to go back
and start
talking to my people.
Yes. Let them know the real thing. Let them know what is going on.
If we all could go back to our own local government and start talking, you understand? One person can hear and influence 10.
Honestly, you know,
it's a lot of work, really, but it is not like it is not doable. It is doable. It is doable if we will commit seriously to it without waiting for somebody to hand us something to go and do it.
So, Seyi Sorosoke, are you hearing me loud and clear? Oti Sorosoke, and every one of us answer Sorosoke, so that every one of us we know that Isheti Bere, hashtag Ishebere, serious one. So that every one of us go back to our local government, we go back to wherever we are and do the right thing against 2023, against anything. So that, you know, it's not just about Paris protest or Paris after March protest, then it was to protest Jali.
Those are the people we are calling the disenfranchised youth. But sometimes, let me tell you, no matter what you do, there are consequences for your action. You should know that. The day the hand of the law will catch up with you, or the day your nemesis will come, we might not be here to say you are disenfranchised. We will be called a hoodlum, we will be called a thief, we will become a nationalist. That's what they will call you.
But really, Shai, before we go, let me quickly say something. Honestly, I have a personal experience. Somebody, sure, our youth, brutalize. Somebody wrote letter, say, I have intelligence, kidnap major election. Without any investigation, without anything, or cops similar, or they can't cause similar, or baby die out. Big that people boy my rojo, or rojo kidnapping, or rojo pound, or rojo anything. A jotty lossiqua, Coticari, long. But this same set of people, you know, I'm not yet they are the one now saying police are brutalizing me.
This is, see, for somebody like me, Seyilaw personally, I have had the reason several times that they've told me that I should get personal police officers.
So why don't you have it?
Because in my own conviction, I look, who do I want to oppress?
And your people love you anyway.
Who do I want to oppress? And another thing, I told somebody, we have police in the car. Sometimes it's not because of armed robbers, it's because of the police themselves.
Seriously?
Yes.
You have police in your car because of armed robbers, but because of the police
yourself. So that when you are driving on the highway, police want to stop you, they say another police is
they will say, okay.
You see, these are some of the basic problems. Police has work to do, but you that uses police to threaten, to brutalize other people, you should know that you are also a contributor to the problem, to the answers that we are talking about. You are also a contributor to it. I heard the story of a woman who was complaining about her hair not growing. Okay, and her neighbor, her neighbor, a police officer, suggested that she should have the bow and put it in cream and be using it to rub the hair. And this same policewoman brought a bow for the woman that she should put it in the cream, and the following morning brought police to come and arrest her that she's carrying a bow. That is how wicked the heart of some human beings are. Do you understand? I have had issues that because you are a celebrity, some people just want to take advantage of you because they know that your name is at stake. I've had issues that I had a confrontation with a man, you know, and the wife was not there.
Okay.
Trust me. the confrontation degenerated into something else. Till today, I'm still nursing the wound from my leg.
Wow.
And, you know, and this woman who was not there posted on social media and said, I broke her windscreen, I slapped her, and this one. Generating sympathy and insulting me already. And she was not even in that vicinity at all. Now, thank God that we were able to settle the issue later, because we got to the police station. Her husband has written statement, and he has written that the wife, that he was there with just his friend,
and the wife was not there.
The wife was not there. Later, she deleted the whole thing. I understand that she was pissed because I got into a confrontation with her husband, and she felt I was trying to cheat her husband with my status and all this stuff. And they too, they, you know, they are big people. They know, they have connection too, and all those stuff. And they felt that they can also, you know, but they decided to use my name against you. You understand? Sometimes these are part of the reason why people like us don't want to get involved to help people succumb. And then people don't understand the reason why some of these things happen. You know? But then, notwithstanding, we still try in our own little way to contribute our own quota to see that Nigeria is better for it. And we can all say that this is the Nigeria we want to be proud of. So there is a lot of work to be done. Please, don't wait for somebody to hand out money to you for you to play your part. Let us volunteer sincerely to play our part.
To the right.
Do it right.